World Champion, the American Dream, and his lady, Lara.
Dime, esto es lo que tú querías. Yo soy fino, tú estás de galería. Tú eres un charro, Rocky del King, una porquería. Yo un campeón, Rocky Marciano, Rocky Balboa, Rocky Balbía. Tengo la ruta, tengo la vía, sí, tengo la vía. Los gastos de noche, facturo todo el día.
Edgar Berlanga and Garcia will go toe-to-toe in the pay-per-view co-main event for the WBA Middleweight World Championship.
Lo que tira el 500,000 en el pudiero. Por eso tu opinión me importa cero. Por eso tú estás siendo uno en el top 100.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Once again, tickets for the live September 14th event are on sale now through AXS.com. In addition, the pay-per-view will be available for purchase on Prime Video regardless of your Prime membership. Fans will also be able to purchase the pay-per-view via DAZN.com. Additionally, fans can purchase the pay-per-view at PPV.com. And on top of those options, you can contact your telecast through the traditional cable and satellite outlets. The event is promoted by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with Matchroom Boxing. Now, he will be coming up in a few moments for the main event, but we want to acknowledge Mr. Tom Brown, the president of TGB Promotions, who helped make this fantastic pay-per-view card a memorable one, September 14th at T-Mobile Arena. Now let's hear from our fighters that are a part of this fantastic pay-per-view event. First, with the record of 16 victories, 11 by knockout, opposite of 1 defeat and 1 draw. Let's hear from representing Stockton, California for his all-action style, Manuel Hyman. Manuel, feel free to give your thoughts on being here and your thoughts taking on Rolando Romero.
I know I'm a unfamiliar face, unfamiliar name. I'm really honored to be here next to all these guys, Danny Garcia, Lara, guys I watched growing up. It's a dream come true for me just to be here. But I'm not gonna let the moment get too big. Obviously, I got a tough opponent in front of me in Rolly, but we're gonna be ready. I'm coming for the win.
And now we'll turn things over to the man he's facing, the former champ with the record of 15 victories, 13 by knockout and 2 defeats, Rolando "Rolly" Romero.
I just want to let everybody know I'm just happy to be here again and, you know, just give you guys a great show once again.
That will open up our pay-per-view event on September 14th. So let's hear from both men now. As you know, I'll start with you, Rolly. You are in a fight against a guy that has never been in a top event. Do you believe your experience is going to be the difference maker in your fight against Hyman?
Well, a lot of people fall when they see some big lights, so, I mean, but you also got to look at it like this too. I mean, I have a lot of experience going to a lot of big fights that I also had success in. So, you know, I mean, he's a puncher, right? So, let's see what he does.
Back to you, Hyman. You have won 4 straight. You heard Rolly's been in these big time fights, but what has been working so well for you, and how can you pull off the upset on September 14th?
I mean, yeah, he has experience in the big fights, but it's not like I'm not experienced as a fighter. I've been fighting since I'm 8 years old. So I've been around. I'm training at Robert Garcia's gym, getting rounds in down there. So there's not going to be a difference in the IQ of my boxing compared to his. So I mean, I know he's been here. I know he was a world champion. So I mean, I need to win this fight. I'm gonna win this fight. I need. It's gonna catapult my career pretty much.
Over to you, Rolly. What kind of problems does Hyman present to you, and how do you prepare for a guy of his style?
I don't know. I never seen him fight, so.
What's your response to that, Hyman? As you say he's never seen you fight. Do you believe he's overlooking you with that statement?
I mean, yeah, obviously, there's no question. But I mean, that's perfect. You know, overlook me, it's fine. I'm coming ready.
Hyman, what does it mean to you to be on this type of stage, Mexican Independence Day weekend, on an event headlined by a Mexican icon in Canelo?
It means everything. I mean, I grew up watching, you know, all the big cards are on Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day weekend, and you grow up watching it. So to be opening up a pay-per-view card, it means the world to me.
All right, we'll turn it over to you, Rolly. September 14th. How does it go down?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Rolly show again.
All right, to you, Hyman's prediction. How do you see it playing out September 14th?
I'm winning. I'm doing anything I can to get that win.
All right, you heard it from Romero and Hyman. They're going to be opening things up September 14th, Mexican Independence Day weekend. As we now move on to our next bout, we'll hear from a man that is undefeated, 28-0, 21 by knockout, plans to join the top elite 168-pounders with a big win over Caleb Plant. Let's hear from Trevor Mccoy.
How's it going, guys? Really good to see all of you. Happy to be here in Beverly Hills. I want to thank the Prince of Prince, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Jesus Christ, for this opportunity. Tom Brown, Louis DeCubas, PBC, Gary Jonas, and Andrew McDonald. We're here, man, and you know, we still got some training to do, but we're training really, really hard. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm all about on the 14th of September.
All right, let's hear from his opponent, that man that is 22-2 with 13 by knockout, one of the most popular fighters today, the former IBF super middleweight champion, looking to become a two-time champion, Caleb Plant.
What's going on, everybody? Just want to, thank everybody that came out today to show support for this stacked card that we got on September 14th at the T-Mobile. And, I want to thank Al Hyman. I want to thank my manager, Luis DeCubas, TGB, Prime Video, and shout out to my folks from Tustin, T-Town in the building, so definitely appreciate that. And, yeah, I know I've been out of the ring for a minute, but I can assure you guys I've been using my time wisely. And even with all the big fights I've had, I'm proud to say that September 14th, you guys will see the best Caleb Plant that you've seen yet. And, this guy T-Rev over here, he wants to be part of the big leagues. And like I said before, what he thinks he's gonna get and what's gonna happen, two different things. This guy, he's been making Instagram videos with my name in it, talking about, certain guys who don't respect the sport, certain guys who get a couple big paydays and they just go, wallow in their money. And it's crazy to me that someone like him can make a video about me talking about guys who don't respect the sport. Because I respect the sport enough to step up with only 17 fights to fight a world champion, Jose Uscati, coming off a year layoff, as an underdog, coming off a broke hand. Do you respect the sport enough to do that? I respect the sport enough to not be a 31, 32-year-old prospect. Do you? I respect the sport enough to be a clean athlete. What about you? Huh?
I do.
You respect the sport enough to be a clean athlete? I read differently. So, I respect the sport enough to not go on a 4-year break from it like you. So it just don't make no sense to me that out of everyone in boxing, you're gonna make a video about me, Caleb Plant, not respecting the sport. You know me, I live and die by this. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So September 14th, make sure you save that money, because that's your first and your last big payday. I promise you that.
Well, I'll turn things over to Mccoy. What do you have to say for what Caleb just mentioned?
I'm not really concerned about what Caleb says, what he's doing. I think he's kind of insecure, and he goes around getting in fights with all these guys. Every event he goes to, he's getting in fights with people. I'm a grown man. I don't conduct myself that way. And September 14th, we're gonna see. We are gonna see. I want it bad. I'm not sleeping in silk sheets. He is. And
We're gonna see
I want it bad.
We're gonna see who wins it. And as far as being a man, I'm gonna address everybody in the room. I'm a man first. Before I'm a boxer, before I'm on social media, I'm a man first. So anybody who comes to me, pulling on my face, I'm asking you to stop. You come up pressing me, pushing me, putting your hands on me, thinking you're gonna make a bitch out of me, or whatever it may be, excuse my language for the children in the room. That's not gonna work. I'm a grown man. And it seems as of late that I can't even go to a boxing match with my wife without somebody trying to press me in that tug so they can try to make a big fight happen. That's not how you make a big fight happen. So for everyone who's watching, who wants to fight me, go win some fights, win some big fights, get put in the rankings, and I promise you, because anyone who's a boxing fan in this room, I'm sure can attest to this, I'm not hard to make a fight with. But as far as him thinking like I'm not being a grown-up because people are putting their hands on me, what am I supposed to do? What would you do if somebody's putting their hands on your face or pushing you? So yeah, I'm a man myself.
All right, Mccoy, September 14th, how does it go down?
We're gonna see. You know, we'll see if he gets on his bike or if he wants to fight in the center of the ring. All I know is I'm ready and I'm training very, very hard. You guys can bet on the fact that it's gonna be a great, great fight. I promise you that.
Caleb, it sounds like you have a little extra motivation, wanting to make a statement. What happened September 14th?
September 14th, I get my hand raised in fashion. Like I said, this is his first and last one, so save that money.
All right,
We'll see.
Plant versus Mccoy, September 14th. I can't wait for that one. And now, let's go to our co-main event fighters. World title on the line. First, let's hear from the challenger, 37 victories, 21 by knockout, a former unified super lightweight world champion, former WBC welterweight world champion, looking to become a 3-division world champion, Danny Swift Garcia.
First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my team, my father, Angel Garcia, for always believing in me. I'd like to thank my family, my children. I'd like to thank PBC, Al Hyman, Prime for allowing me to showcase my skills on the network. I'm coming off a 2-year layoff. And then people were saying, yo, why you didn't take, a warm-up fight? When you look this good, you go straight to the top. Damn, I'm looking good. But September 14th is gonna be another epic night. I'm chasing history, I'm chasing greatness. I wanna be a 3-division world champion. I have a tough task ahead of me in Lara. He's also a great champion. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share the stage with these young stars, young champions, playing Rolly. And it's gonna be a great night. So you guys didn't pre-order or buy your tickets, make sure you go purchase them because it's gonna be a legendary night, iconic, and I can't wait.
And now, the other half of our co-main event with 30 victories, 18 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats and 3 draws. Fighting out of Las Vegas from the great nation of Cuba, he is the former junior middleweight world champion and the reigning WBA middleweight world champion. Please welcome the American Dream, Arislandi Lara.
Buenas tardes, quiero darle las gracias a todos los presentes aquí, a Luis de Cuba Junior, a Hyman, PBC. Estoy de regreso de nuevo el 14 de septiembre a defender mi título contra Dani. Todo lo demás se lo dejo a Dios y espero una buena pelea el 14 de septiembre.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. I would like to thank Mccoy Jr., PBC, and Hyman for making this fight possible, for letting me fight Danny, and all the rest, all the gratitude goes to God, and it's gonna be a great fight on September 14th. I'm ready to defend my title.
All right, first let's start with Lara. You are the oldest world champion in boxing at 41 years old, and it seems like age is just a number. How have you been able to maintain your level of excellence at this age right now?
¿Cómo has podido mantener tu nivel de calidad de excelencia boxística a esta edad cuando el tiempo pasa?
Bueno, primero que todo, en el ring, en el entrenamiento, cuidándome, mentalmente concentrado, enfocado en lo que yo quiero hacer. Quiero seguir dándole buenas peleas a PBC. El 14 de septiembre es una gran pelea contra Dani, es un buen boxeador. No sé qué más te puedo decir, esperemos que llegue el momento para demostrarlo en el ring.
It's all about staying focused both in and out of the ring, staying mentally and physically sharp. Because in the end, what I want to do is give PBC and the fans great fights. This is going to be a great fight against Danny, and the beat goes on.
Danny, you're going up to middleweight. That's a huge task and a huge challenge in and of itself. Can your power translate to the middleweight division?
Absolutely. A lot of people don't know I'm a little big guy. So, I've always been in Philly, I always sparred with bigger people. I always been really physically strong, and I always felt like my power and my body strength could go up to 154 and even 160. So I feel good. I don't think it's gonna make any difference. I feel like, if Cotto can do it, if Duran can do it, I feel like I'm cut from that cloth that I can do it too.
As for you, Lara, you have fought some of boxing's biggest names, Canelo being one, Jarrett Hurd, to name a few. What is it like to fight another big name in Danny Garcia, and where does he rank on the list of fighters you have gone up against?
Durante tu carrera te has enfrentado a grandes rivales como Canelo contra Hurd, entre otros. ¿En dónde se ubica Danny García como oponente en el ranking de tu trayectoria y qué significa para vos volver a pelear contra un gran nombre como el de Danny García?
Bueno, Danny García es un oponente bastante fuerte, un boxeador de alto nivel de calidad. Lo elegimos a él porque creo que es un boxeador que se me acomoda a mí, a mi estilo. Creo que para uno lograr lo que quiere hay que hacerlo así. Y entonces, gracias a Dios, aceptaron la pelea y nos vemos el 14 de septiembre.
Stars big fights. That's the reason that we chose Danny Garcia. He's a strong fighter, a high quality fighter, and we want September 14th to be a high quality bout for the fans. So that's gonna be what happens. We're gonna go out and we're gonna give a great fight to the fans. That's what I want, and that's why I put Danny Garcia.
Martin Batara on translation. Thank you for that, Martin. And now over to you, Danny. What does defeating Lara, becoming a 3-division world champion, do for your legacy?
It's always been a dream of mine to be a 3-division world champion. Only a few boxers in the history can say they've done that. I've done 2. And since I started boxing my pro career, I always felt like I wanted to be 3. And, the opportunity's here. And, Lara, he contributed a lot to the sport of boxing. He's a 2-division world champion. He's fought a lot of great fighters. So I feel like 2 battle-tested warriors going at it, trying to make history. And when I come out on top, it'll be a historic night for me, and this will put me in the Hall of Fame.
Lara, prediction, September 14th, you're in the co-main event of a huge fight weekend, Mexican Independence Day weekend, you against Danny Garcia. How does it all go down?
Bueno, vos contra Danny García, fin de semana del Día de Independencia de México, no hay algo más grande que esto, co-evento estelar. ¿Cuál es tu vaticinio para esta pelea?
Bueno, para esta pelea lo primero que voy a llevar al ring va a ser el enfoque y para que todo me salga correctamente bien y seguir manteniendo mi título, es lo que me importa.
¿Y tu vaticinio, pero qué decís? ¿Ganás por nocaut, por resultados? ¿Cómo va a ser?
Yo soy ganador, 100%.
I'm going to be the winner 100%, no matter what way that happens. I'm going to go out there, be focused, do my thing, and then I'm going to end up defending my title, end up with my hand raised.
Same question to you, Danny. Prediction, September 14th, co-main event. Do you become a 3-division world champion?
My prediction is Lara is the oldest boxing champion, but September 14th is going to be a new middleweight champion of the world, Danny Garcia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are the fighters featured on a phenomenal PBC pay-per-view event, and it all leads to Canelo and Berlanga, who we'll hear from shortly. But first, these fighters, let's thank these fighters for coming on out here for leg 2 of our press conference. And before we go, we're going to have them face off one last time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back shortly with our main event fighters and teams, so don't go anywhere.
trying to figure out possible weeks. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of on-site stuff, that's the only thing that has the only day on that's perfect. We have the two next games. Steve and Kio's game anyway. Works out
I'll share with you later. Actually, it's good.
Are you fighting? You have to fight?
Yeah.
You have a fight date?
I have a fight date. No.
No, I mean fighting. You ever see them training all the time? Jumping in the ring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we get you set here in Beverly Hills, California for leg 2 of our press tour. As we get you set Saturday, September 14th, a huge Mexican Independence Day weekend brought to you by Canelo Promotions, bringing you a PBC pay-per-view event on Prime Video that adds another chapter to the historic Mexico and Puerto Rico rivalry. It all takes place from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, which has hosted some of the biggest events in combat sports history. Now, let's meet our main event fighters.
Garcia.
Coming to the stage first with the record of 22 victories, 17 by knockout, hailing from Brooklyn, New York, and proudly representing Puerto Rico. He started off his career with 16 straight first-round knockouts. The hard-hitting, undefeated WBA #1 ranked super middleweight contender, Edgar Berlanga. And now let's welcome Edgar Berlanga. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's out here once again, proudly representing Brooklyn, New York, the hard-hitting, undefeated WBA #1 ranked super middleweight contender, Edgar Berlanga. It's time to meet our next fighter who needs no introduction. He is a future Hall of Famer with 61 victories, 39 by knockout, 2 defeats, and 2 draws. He is a true sports superstar and Mexican boxing icon, a 4-division world champion who has fought in 25 world title bouts, the first undisputed super middleweight world champion in the 4-belt era, the current WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight champion of the world, el orgulloso guerrero de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is our main event, September 14th. Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga meets for the WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight world titles. All right, gentlemen, if we can take our seats. All right, gentlemen, if we can take our seats. All right, what a way to start things off here for leg 2 here in California. Once again, as both of these guys, you guys will have your opportunities to let each other know what's going to happen September 14th. Once again, tickets for the live event September 14th are on sale now through AXS.com. In addition to the pay-per-view being available for purchase on Prime Video, regardless of Prime membership, fans will also be able to purchase the pay-per-view via DAZN.com. Additionally, fans can purchase the pay-per-view at PPV.com And on top of those options, they can continue to access the telecast through traditional cable and satellite outlets. Once again, this event is promoted by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with Matchroom Boxing. Now, let's hear from one of the instrumental voices that helped make this fight possible, the president of TGB Promotions, Mr. Tom Brown.
Thank you, Miguel. Good afternoon, welcome everyone. I'm going to make this real short today. We had a press conference, a great press conference in New York yesterday, and we all flew home last night. And I know you're all here today really to hear from these two guys. But this really is a special event. It's on the Mexican Independence Day weekend, and that always means that there's a huge boxing event in Las Vegas. Canelo Alvarez is a pound-for-pound great and a Mexican superstar, and he's boxing's biggest star today. He proudly represents a hard-working country with two major public holidays a year where millions of fans get to come out and watch him fight. And on Saturday, September 14th, both the Mexican and Puerto Rican fans are going to be in for a great night because national pride will be on the line. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And now, let's bring up one of the co-trainers for Team Berlanga. Please welcome Mark Ferre.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm actually his head trainer, I'm not a co-trainer. I appreciate the opportunity of Team Canelo giving us the opportunity. We know we're going up against a great team. So that means that our homework is cut out for us. Edgar's more than ready. Edgar's been ready. What I tell Edgar is this, I say, Edgar, man, you got to remember Canelo was in your position at one time. He was hungry. There were other people in front of him. So we just can't come with what we've been coming with. It's got to be something special. So it's no coincidence that his first title shot is going to be against a legend. And not only for one title, but for 3 titles. That's a blessing. That comes from above. So he has to take that extremely serious. I'm not here to talk about what we're going to do and how we're going to fight Canelo. There have been so many other trainers that stood here before said the same thing. So we're here to work hard. Edgar's going to die out there, put his heart and soul out there, and he's going to come to work. There ain't going to be no running. And we know in order to be great, we have to beat a great. So we're willing to do that, and I think we're able. He'll be more than ready.
All right, now let's hear from our trainer on the opposite side who has been with Canelo from the start. One of the best trainers in the entire world. Please welcome Eddie Reynoso.
Buenas tardes, gracias a todos los que están aquí presentes, a la prensa, gracias al señor Hyman por hacer posible esta pelea, al equipo de Berlanga, a sus entrenadores, sus manejadores. Las confrontaciones entre México y Puerto Rico son grandes, ya ven, ya empezaron desde ahorita a hacerse, a gritar y a decir así, son la mayoría de los puertorriqueños, pero también arriba del ring hablan mucho. Las peleas de Chávez con Camacho, las peleas del Travieso Arce con Wilfredo Vázquez Jr., Salvador Sánchez con Wilfredo Gómez. Hay muchísimas peleas entre puertorriqueños y mexicanos que han sido guerras y esta no va a ser la excepción. Berlanga es un tremendo peleador, un muchacho que trae mucha hambre de ganar lo que ya ganó Canelo, pero Canelo todavía está vigente y eso se va a ver el día de la pelea. Muchísimas gracias a todos y pues gracias a todos por su apoyo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. Members of the media, PBC, Hyman, Berlanga's team for making this possible. And Mexico versus Puerto Rico, it's always a war. You just saw it. Puerto Ricans like to talk loud, inside and outside the ring. You just saw it, how they yelled at each other. So it's going to be another chapter of a great story between two countries that are very proud, and this is going to be no exception. Berlanga and Canelo are going to bring their best. but Canelo is still here and he's here to stay. So tune in on September 14th because it's going to be a great night and we look forward to seeing you all there.
Thank you, Martin Batar on translation. Want to acknowledge before we get to our fighters, the manager of Team Berlanga, Keith Connolly, one of the best managers in all of boxing, and then of course, the father of Edgar Berlanga Sr. as well to my left, and then to my right, want to acknowledge Louis DeCubis, who is another name for one of the best managers in all of boxing, a part of Team Canelo. All right, now let's hear from our main event fighters. First up to the podium with 22 victories, 17 by knockout, undefeated, fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, and proudly representing Puerto Rico, here is Edgar Berlanga.
How you guys are doing tonight? I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for, blessing me with this opportunity to be in the ring with a legend. September 14th is going to be something amazing for that night, man. It's going to be something for the history books. It's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Something that everybody knows that in the sport of boxing that, fights like that, at that magnitude, stays in the books forever. I'm glad to be here. I'm happy. And it's going to be a fight, man. September 14th, get your pay-per-views. I'm the type of fighter that comes to fight. We're not going to run. We're going to stay there. We're going to fight. I know what we're facing. So I would like to thank Team Canelo, for giving us this opportunity. It's an opportunity of a lifetime to be in his shoes. Like what my coach said, he was in my shoes before, coming up in the rankings, so now it's time to get my feet wet and make my mark in the sport of boxing and become a legend. I want to thank you guys. Love y'all. Thank you for the support. And tune in September 14th, y'all.
And now let's hear from the man himself, future Hall of Famer, 61 victories, 39 by knockout, opposite of 2 defeats and 2 draws. The legendary boxing superstar, 4-division world champion, the reigning WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Thank you so much. I'm excited now, very excited, very excited. And I'm not talking too much. I like to respect my opponents, but I like to respond when they talk. That's for sure. And this is not an exception. I'm gonna bring my best September 14th, and I'm gonna have compassion for him this time. This time I'm gonna be in the ring different. Like I say to him in Spanish, he needs 20 like him to give me a little problems. So September 14th, you're gonna see something different. Believe me. Thank you everybody. Thank you, Hyman. Thank you, Luis de Cubas. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you to my family. Thank you to all the media for coming and support. And I hope everybody tune in September 14th because it's gonna be exciting. Thank you.
All right, let's start with Berlanga. We saw towards the end when you guys faced off Canelo in New York yesterday, you seemed to be having some words with Canelo, and then we saw again here when you guys faced off, you guys were at it for quite a bit. What were you telling Canelo?
Yesterday, right?
Yesterday and today, yeah. When you guys were facing off.
I'm saying there's gonna be a fight, and it's gonna be different. He was like, you'll see. I was like, you're gonna see. We just kept going back and forth. But it's a part of the game. It's a part of the sport. You know what I'm saying? We fighters at the end of the day. It's gladiator sport, man. At the end of the day, he's going in there to try to take my life, and I gotta do the same. So, at the end of the day, this is cool, like the pictures and, the interviews, but this is a do-or-die sport at the end of the day. You can really die in that ring, so, we gotta take it to that next level, and treat it like the gladiator school for real.
Canelo, he was talking to you at the face-off in New York City yesterday, talking to you here at the face-off, and you said, you're not gonna have any compassion for him September 14th. You know, is it some of those words that's starting to get you a little bit motivated as this fight inches closer?
Yes. Look, I motivate myself because I love what I do. I love boxing. But at this type of fights, this type of fighters, they really motivate myself even more. So, and I like it. I'm happy. I'm happy because that makes me feel excited, and I'm gonna train like never to bring everything in September 14th.
Now, this is obviously adding another chapter to the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry. You're back here on this important fight weekend in the boxing calendar, Mexican Independence Day weekend, T-Mobile Arena. What is it like to be back on this date, and on top of that, adding to another chapter of the rivalry?
I feel proud to represent my country, especially in those days. These kind of fights, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, I feel proud, and I'm gonna do it in a fashion way.
Berlanga, his last 4 opponents especially have fallen short on this stage. What makes you different from those other 4 guys that fought Canelo and fell short?
Like I said before, right? You know, everybody, you know, he fought everybody. You know, he fought Floyd, he fought Triple G, he's seen it all. You know, he's seen size, he's seen short, he's seen speed, you know, but what makes the difference about this fight is not about physical, it's about IQ and intelligence in that ring. And that's what's gonna make the difference at September 14th, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said before, we going with that right there for me, and that's just what it is, man. Like, you can have all the power in the world, you can do what you do, but at this level is intelligence and IQ. And we're not gonna end up like that fuck nigga over there. Got knocked out. Caleb.
They're both on the same card. All right, let's turn things back.
Stop.
Caleb, take it easy. I'm gonna take care of him for you. I promise you. That's for you, buddy. Hey, buddy, that's for you. You think you got more IQ than you?
What you said? What?
Canelo.
What you said?
Canelo.
What you said?
When
You have an IQ, better IQ than me.
Okay, you're gonna see.
You will see. You think you have more IQ than Floyd Mayweather, than Miguel Cotto, than Lara, than Ed? Come on, bro. You're nothing.
I know you're gonna see.
Take it easy.
Oh, fuck.
Take it easy, way, because your turn is coming.
You're gonna see.
Your time to go.
Yeah.
Canelo, do you believe your
Never make a mistake
experience?
in the fight. We're gonna beat.
Do you believe your experience, and just mention some of the names that you've gone up against, Caleb Plant, former champion, Floyd Mayweather, just to name a few. Where does he rank on that list?
He's nothing compared to them. Come on. You can ask me that kind of question.
Really? What do you have to say to him, saying, you know, in his words, you're nothing compared to those fighters?
You're gonna see September 14th.
I
You're
wanna
gonna
see.
You're gonna see.
I want to see.
You're gonna see. You're gonna see.
I'm excited to see.
You're gonna see.
I'm excited to see.
You're gonna see.
I'm excited to see.
You're gonna see, motherfucker.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see.
You obviously, you know, going into this fight, this is a huge stage. Canelo has the experience.
I'm gonna let you 8 rounds, just 8 rounds. You're gonna feel pain. 8 rounds.
I'm gonna break everything
From
in your
there,
face. I'm gonna break everything in your face.
you feel
You're gonna see. I work with God.
Mark my words.
Edgar, what makes you believe that you can not only get the victory, but be the first man to stop Canelo?
You're gonna see. It's September 14th. It's fireworks, bro. It's fireworks. You know, you see it in my eyes. You see it in my eyes.
Fear.
Never.
Canelo, you have accomplished pretty much everything in the sport. What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
These kind of motherfuckers. And no boxing.
I'll go to your trainer, Eddie Reynoso.
I don't know that much English, but that kind of word I fucking enjoy it so much.
You gonna fuck you up, man.
Now I know what it is. I'm not sorry.
All right, let me go to your trainer, Eddie Reynoso, and hear from him. Eddie, you know, you've been with Canelo from the start. How has he evolved since, say, 5 years ago to now? What have you seen in the growth of him as a fighter?
Eddie, has estado con Canelo desde el comienzo. Contanos un poco cómo ves la evolución de Canelo desde hace, digamos, 5 años hasta ahora.
No, pues la disciplina siempre hace evolucionar un boxeador, hacer las cosas de la mejor manera, estar enfocado en lo que se quiere y nunca perder el hambre. Creo que ahorita Canelo, ya con tanta carrera que tiene, sigue manteniendo la misma disciplina y la misma hambre que cuando comenzó.
When you're disciplined, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to, and that's what Canelo has done. He has remained disciplined, focused, and he's even hungrier now than he has been before. He's ready, and that focus has brought him to where he is today.
We'll go to Edgar's trainer, Mark Ferre. Mark, you're going to be game planning against Eddie Reynoso. How do you take on that challenge with your guy, Edgar Berlanga?
Eddie Reynoso is a great trainer, but it just makes me work harder. Canelo says something that was very important. He says, I'm not going to have compassion on you. That means I believe he had compassion on Mccoy. I believe he could have stopped Mccoy. So I know this is personal. So I tell Edgar, we got to be ready for war. And Edgar's ready. I'm not standing up here saying we're going to do this and do that. There's many guys that said in this seat before said that. They come up short. We're going to be ready for war. And I told Edgar, this guy is not going to have compassion. And Canelo just confirmed it today. I've been saying that since we've been in camp. This guy's coming to take your head off. Nothing like Munguia, nothing like he fought Charlo. This guy's coming ready. So we coming ready. We coming ready.
Edgar, you heard Canelo. I mean, your trainer reiterated it. Canelo said he's going to have no compassion for you. Thoughts on that, and also, how does a win change your career over a guy like Canelo?
I mean, as far as the compassion, I already knew he wasn't going to have that when he was from the get-go.
Matter what, I'm going to change his life
with
that money.
I'm Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? He's Mexican, and you know how that shit go. You know how that shit go. Every
You're not gonna do anything.
Big mistake, Canelo took the fight.
Anything. You're not gonna do nothing.
Knock you the fuck out.
You just gonna make me laugh.
Gonna knock you the fuck out. Watch my word.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
I wanna see that.
Shut up. When I talk, shut up.
I don't wanna shut up.
Shut up.
I don't wanna shut up.
When I talk, shut up.
I don't wanna shut up.
Canelo.
When I talk, shut
And
up.
what? And then what? What are you gonna do?
And then,
What are you gonna do?
Fuck you
What are
up.
you gonna do? I don't wanna fuck you up right now because your money is gone. So take it easy. Your money is gone. If I fuck you up right now, your money is gone.
Que viva Puerto Rico, puñeta. Somos guerreros.
Puñeta, la que me vas a hacer.
Guerreros, ¿viste? Somos guerreros. Vamos a sacar la mierda, hueputa, ¿viste?
Puñeta, la que me vas a hacer.
Sí, vamos a sacar la mierda. Vamos a sacar la mierda. Los borios, ¿viste? Para que lo sepa. Para que lo sepa.
All right, guys, we're gonna stop it right there. You heard the war of words between these two main event fighters, September 14th, Mexican Independence Day weekend, Canelo Promotions, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga. You're seeing it's getting heated. We're just a little over a month away from the showdown. I cannot wait. Mexico versus Puerto Rico, main event, September 14th. Don't miss it.
Don't beat them up.